Hi everybody, this is Riley here for another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for hitting that notification bell. I'm so presumptuous, right? I'm telling you thanks. I'm not even sure if you're probably subscribed to my channel. But anyway, I'm just kind of directing you to that direction. All right, cool. So let's get into today's video. Today's video, I'm talking about my Mbuna Cichlid, pond in which I created, and I'll be looking at those fish. So let's go. All right, so I have some Mbuna Cichlids, right? And these Mbuna Cichlids in total are four different species: Aratus, the Masoni, Mingano, and the Yellow Lab. Probably I might get a few more, right? That is species, right? Not necessarily huge amount of stock. Now, you might say, okay, cool. So what's so special about this pond? Okay, I share with you that I had actually placed some limestone rocks with some holes in the pond. I've also shared with you how I go about selecting the fish to place in the pond. Also shared with you in previous video the stocking ratio for this pond, wherein which I try my very best to have not more than I try my best to have more females than males. The species in which I have. I think I need to purchase probably about two more females from the Aratus, and that will be okay. All right, so I placed several plants within the pond. As you can see, I have the Elodia, Elodia densa, and I also have some giant duckweed. Right, the pond is being filtered by what you call it, a bucket filter, right, which is the water is actually channeled to it using a submersible pump. All right, so I feed these fish probably about two times per day, and yeah, two times per day usually. Sometimes I feed them every other day. It's expected that these fish should grow to an average probably about 3.5 to 4.5 inches. It depends. Right, these fish are very unique and very colorful, and I love them because they kind of the passion in which they actually move towards either the prey, yes, the prey, or each other. It's so overwhelming, right? So these fish are going to be kept in this pond for a while, and I should not have any problem with any frogs going in, because as soon as the frogs might lay their eggs, I know that these fish will actually consume them, and I will not see any toads running about in my smaller ponds. All right, so the rocks were placed in the pond with the emphasis of helping them to steer down aggression, help them to minimize aggression. So whenever one uh Mbuna cichlid actually chases the other, and it feels if it needs a little break from that chase, it will actually go in the rock work and actually hide. I shared with you a few days ago, if not weeks, uh uh the fact that the limestone is placed within the pond, that the pH might be adjusted a little bit, going up to alkalinity, as a result of the limestone itself having a high amount of calcium, right? And this, of course, I shared also that so as to buffer that out, I intend to use several strategies, from using vinegar, lime water, frequent water change, to name a few, uh, that can also be used. Right. I also share that the driftwood, in which you probably might see by now, within the pond, was placing it so as to ensure that the what I call it, the tonic, uh, the, the acid, the tonic acid, the tannin acid, or whatever you call it, um, as it leaches into the water, it might help to taper down the increase in the rate in which the pH will be like increasing, right? Bear in mind, however, that these fish can actually These fish actually like pH up to about between 8.2 to 8.5, right? So that wouldn't be any problem. I expect that by probably the end of roughly this year, I might be able to harvest some fries out of this pond. I do not think that I will be probably selling any of these fish anytime soon, as the stock is very small, and my intention is just to breed them a lot and probably harvest them in a few years time, give or take about 2 years time. But at that point in time, uh, everything should be set with my little greenhouse in which I intend to build, at least start to build before the end of this year. That you will see um, as a project starting this April or May thereabout, right? So it is expected that you will join the fun in in both advice, in experience, just join the tale of fish keeping Jamaica and enjoy the fun as he actually evolved to a different space as far as fish keeping is concerned. So I had initially said that I was gonna be placing my yellow peacocks with these Mbuma. But after carefully reading about these Mbuma and the peacocks, although the peacocks are relatively aggressive, because I had to separate my Malawian peacock from my yellow peacock, because my yellow peacock was like beating up, messing around with my Malawian peacock. So I had to actually remove it and place it into a different aquarium indoors. uh so you can imagine the aggressiveness of the Mbuma to the peacock, because Mbuma is a little bit more aggressive than the peacock. So you know how that story would end up. So in addition to, in an effort to actually eliminate that type of hostility in this pond, I make it a all Mbuma cichlid pond. And I think this is an awesome opportunity for me to actually start a, OBC clade and a peacock pond, that I will do very shortly, because I think I'll be getting rid of my goldfish. I have about probably about 38. I am going to be growing them out to probably a length of about probably about 6 or 7 inches, and then I will be selling them to the local pet shop. Then I'll be actually placing them in I'll be placing some cichlids right there. I think I get more monies from cichlids than goldfish, although goldfish probably might sell more than cichlids, because persons know about goldfish more than cichlids. Well, this is another update in my pond system. Thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate you stopping by.